Well, hello everybody. This is Mike Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India KO4 PDI. Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday night. It's 6 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC. That means it's time for the Ham Fun podcast with me, KO4 PDI. There's the radio telling me what time it is. How's everybody doing? Did anybody go to HAMCation? I did. Roger's already asking me, have I recovered from HAMCation? Yes, I have. I'm about 90%. Still got pain in my feet from the gout, and it sucks. I would have been there Saturday, but I got home Friday night, and I barely could walk. So, I needed to stay off my feet, and I couldn't handle another day. It was an amazing event. Roger, if you would like to join me on the podcast, I could send you the link. Let me know. Love to have you here. I posted the link on the Facebook group. If anybody wants to join a Zoom call here, you're more than welcome to. I'm waiting. T.O. said he would come, and I'm looking forward to having him here any minute. So we'll see if he comes on. Oh, let me unmute my mic on the Zoom call. There we go. In case anybody's going to call in there so you could hear me on there. Basically, I went Friday. I got there early, and I got to talk to some amazing people. You'll see the videos that are coming out over the next 2 days. One was Lou McFadden, who was the creator and inventor and assembler. He assembled the power supply on the International Space Station. And Lou is a pioneer. He's been working with the space program since Apollo. So he's been around a while. And I also talked to Frank Bauer again, and we discussed the new Fram 2 mission that's going to be happening next month, where they will do something unique that's never been done. They're going to fly around the Earth in a polar orbit. That means north to south, around like that. Not like this, like the ISS goes. It's going to go this way. So that's coming up, and the event that they're having is a slow scan TV event where they will have 12 images, 12 separate slow scan TV images that make a puzzle. And I think there's three images they're sending, so each image will have 4 puzzle pieces to it. And they're using an ICOM 705 to do that, which is pretty interesting. I think that's the first time we got an ICOM 705 going to space. Frank didn't tell me that. I got that from Ray Novak when he was discussing what was going on with the new mission, the Fram 2 mission. So that will be launching sometime in March. Keep your eyes and ears open for that. A great place to go and find out about rocket launches is spaceflightnow.com. Spaceflightnow.com. One word, spaceflightnow.com. And they have every launch going on anywhere in the world. And you can find out what time they're going, if they get scrubbed. They usually have links to watch it if you want to watch it live. For a fee, you can get an amazing, uninterrupted, no commercials or anything. And that would be great. Roger attended 3 AMSAT forums. Was it all AMSAT forums, Roger, or was it AMSAT and ARISS? I don't think AMSAT had 3 forums. It was 1 ARISS and maybe 2 AMSAT forums. I'm not sure. But they're a lot of fun when you go to those things. I'm an AMSAT ambassador, and I ran into, Bo Lowry. Bo Lowry is the guy that made me an ambassador for AMSAT, and I would have been at those things, but man, the feet, I'm getting old. What can I tell you? I'm 70 years old, and my gout has been going on forever. I can't get over it. So, Roger, I'll tell you a funny story. One thing happened to me. I had the ARRL app on my phone from last year, and when I went to HAMCation, it said all the forums were on Saturday. There was nothing on Friday, and I was like, gee, that's weird. Well, it turns out it never updated. I had last year's schedule in my phone. Go figure. But that's all right. I missed one on Friday I would have liked to have been part of. But, hey, you live and you learn. It's like the satellites. They'll come around again. They're going to come around again. So we're waiting on T.O. I invited him to the live feed, and he said he would come. He just sent me a message on Discord. I just told him I'm live now, so maybe he'll jump on. All right, so T.O. Was there. A whole bunch of us were there. Frank was there. Jason was there. Smart Jason was there. KM4ACK, that's Smart Jason. And Tim was there from Ham Radio. The Pota Power couple were there. That was great. Vaughn and his wife, Julie. We had a great time. And my good friend... Larry, the loud talking trucker, he was there, and he actually gave out on Friday. He fed a bunch of people with pulled pork and brisket, which was really nice of him. And beans. He had all 3 different kinds of beans. They were delicious. I can't tell you how many times that was hanging out with him and eating all that good food. That was amazing. But he only did it on Friday. Last year was the first time he did it, and a lot of people didn't show up on Friday, so he had a lot of leftovers. So he had it on Saturday too. But this year he sold everything was gone by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There was no food left. There was some beans still left, but yeah, it was cool. Anyway, I hope T.O. got my message because he just sent me that one telling me. There you go. Come on, about 5:45. Let's see if it's all working. 4:45 Central Time. So right now, yeah. Oh, I would have liked to have been there for Sloan. Sloan's the guy that sold me my 705, Roger. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen Sloan also. I missed him, but yeah. I got the correct schedule now on my phone, but a lot of good that is because it's over. A couple of things about it. When it comes to walking all through that campground and the buildings, I can't do it. My feet do not play nice. I've had gout on and off since, God, 30 years. So my dog is making groaning noises. She's sleeping on the floor next to me. She's totally exhausted from her trip to the dog bar today. Ran around crazy. Actually met another Vizsla, looked just like her, and the 2 of them went to town. You all right, Goldie? She's so cute. Usually about a half hour after she falls asleep, she starts having nightmares or dreams. What did you say here, Roger? Fun to watch how to make 3 contacts on an 18-degree pass, RS-44, sitting in a chair under a tent. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. With a handheld antenna. What radio did you have that did sideband on RS-44? I'd like to know how you did that. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know of any HTs that are sideband, that have sideband capabilities. I'm sure they're out there. I don't know any. So... all right, so T.O. didn't get it. I guess he's not coming on. Anybody have any questions about HAMCation? I put out a video already with Armalock. They make the cases to protect your radios. I picked up the battery box for the 705 case. I had the 705 case already. I'm thinking of just buying a battery from them. I'm just getting the actual battery that they use, and I'll use that and put it in there because I want to connect it. I want to connect the radio case to the battery case. So I'll have to buy their battery. It ain't cheap, but it's worth it. Tom. Oh, Tom made the contacts. Oh, okay. I guess he had a 9700 or something then, too. That's the way he did it. Oh, an ICOM 210. That's interesting. All right, I know the 2730 you can do it with, but not with sideband. And no satellite box. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of people do contacts without using the sat box. I use the sat box because I've tried all the other stuff and I never was happy with it. And it was in the beginning when I started 3 years ago. Not everything lined up. The TLE data was off and all that. But speaking of TLE data, this is going to be fun. I'm going to be doing, I did a video with Frank Bauer from ARISS. You will see that. I believe that's coming out tomorrow. And Frank discusses the FRAM-2 mission, which is going to be really unique. First of all, it's a north and south orbit. It's going to be orbiting over the north and south poles. That's never been done before with manned spaceflight. They've always gone around the Earth, right? So they've always gone like around the equator kind of thing. This is going to be north and south. So they're going to have to get up some serious speed to be able to keep that orbit up there. But it's only going to be a mission that's going to run 3 to 5 days. And they're going to be transmitting with an ICOM 705. They're going to be transmitting 12 images. It's 3 separate images that have 4 images each to make them. They're like a puzzle. So you'll get the puzzle pieces, and once you get the 4 for that picture, you put them together, and then what happens is you merge them together, and you have the image from that pass. So there'll be 3 images, 4 images to make up each of the 3 images, and it's a puzzle. And they're only going to be doing it for a very short time, but you don't need a license to decode them. You don't. If you have an SDR or any radio that can receive 70 centimeters, I think you said 437.550, and the ariss.org is the place to go to get that information. Right now, it's pretty barren. On the top, you see the menu across the top of the screen. On the far right, you see one that says FRAM-2. Click on that, and that's where you'll be able to find the details of what is it? What the FRAM-2 mission is going to be doing, the frequency they're going to be on, and also the TLE data that you can load into your stuff. Deet was with you. I missed Deet. Yeah, I saw him at all right, Tom and Sloan with the ARRL reps for the satellite demo. Very nice. I really wish I was able to get to that. I was in such pain. And my puppy was so happy to see me, it made it worth it just to come home and see her happy face. She's sleeping on the floor right next to me now. This dog loves me to death. I just took her out for a walk, and probably about 8 o'clock, she ends up going to bed around 8 and doesn't get up until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I can get up before her, and I'll be exhausted, but I'll get up and do my thing, and she'll stay sleeping until 8 o'clock, and then I take her out for a walk, and then the rest is history. We have a good time. Wow. So we don't have a lot of people. We only have 3 people watching this stream. I don't know what is up with that. We've never had just 3 people watching the stream. I don't know why that is. And T.O. didn't come, even though I sent him the time, and I just sent him another message. And he's not coming back to me. I don't know what's going on. We don't have anybody watching. Am I live on YouTube? I am. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. Am I live on Twitter? Yeah, I'm live on Twitter, and I should be live on Facebook also. Let's check that out. Yes, I am. So I am live in all 3 places, and nobody's here. I was like, that's weird. Usually Iman is here, especially now. He usually comes on here at night. And, I got to fix my solo camera here. My solar camera don't look right, does it? We got a big line on the right. So let's just adjust that. Come on, pay attention. There it goes. All right, well, hey. That's my app All-Star Node chatting there, chirping there. Wow. I've never had nobody on here watching. This is just bizarre. Right now it says there's only 3 people watching. I've been on for 21 minutes. I don't know what's going on, but here's 4. We got another person just joined. Hey, everybody that's watching, just put a little note in the chat and tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're coming from in the chat. I know where Roger's from. Roger's from Lake County, Florida. So the Digital Rancher, Rob, did a did a bunch of satellite passes on Saturday, and I got him on 3 passes, twice on the ISS and once on, I believe it was SO50. I got him. That's Whiskey 5 ITR. Wow, I was going to show you guys an aerial view of HAMCation, just to give you an idea how big it is. Well, I'm going to show you anyway. So, yeah, we'll go to this screen right here. I shot this with my drone, and I will start playing it. There's no audio to this, so it'll just be me talking over it. So right now we are to the right, or to the left of the bathrooms. You'll see them coming into the view right here. There you go. There's the bathrooms. Now there's something in the center of this picture I want you to look at right over here. Do you see that orange truck? That's Larry, the loud-talking trucker. And I highly suggest, if you're going to HAMCation ever, you go and say hi to Larry and get to know him. I did a nice video on his truck last year. He has about 9 radios in that truck. It's amazing. And way in the distance, way back here, this is the pavilion where they had the 3 tents set up where they were doing all the forums. And this is, you're looking over the campground. Now, remind you, this is Friday, so this filled up a lot more on Saturday. I wasn't there, but I figured let me show you what we had. So here we go. We're going towards Larry's truck and climbing in altitude, so we don't hit the power lines and we don't hit any of the power poles or lights, but we'll stop in a second and pan down, and you'll get a good view of Larry's truck. Waiting for it to pan. There it goes. So there's Larry's truck right there. The big orange truck right in the center. Right there. That's Larry's truck. And over here is where he had a table set up like a buffet with some pulled pork. And it was amazing. We were standing out here, and it was like a pilgrimage to Mecca. You see all these people walking towards Larry's truck because everybody knew he had the brisket and the pulled pork. So and he's giving away for free. He's such a gentleman and such a nice guy. I ran into him while I was walking through the swap building too. I did a little quick talk with him, and we'll get that on video too soon. But there's all the crock pots set up on the table. Everybody's helping themselves to some brisket and pulled pork at Larry. The trailer right behind the orange truck, that's Larry's trailer. That's where he was staying. And yeah. So now what I'm going to do is we're over the power lines here. I'm going to turn to the right. Actually, it's going to the left. Now it's going to the right. Okay, turning to the right. Now look, these are people with swap stuff here. And these all along this road here, people are on both sides of this road here selling stuff. Here's the camping area. People are camping. And also people were setting up stuff where they were camping to sell. Yeah, there were thousands of people there. This is the second largest ham festival in the country. The largest is Dayton, and this is the second largest. And as we pan around, you see another building there, and then the road splits to a double road. Now, we're over the campground here, and we're turning to the right. Notice there's tents set up, those blue tents. That's people selling stuff. All along this road here, there were people selling things. And this building here had stuff in it. That was some of the swap meat stuff. This building here had swap meat. This is bathrooms. Here's the food area right here is the food area. Also places over here to sit and eat. And this is the main building over here. That's where all the main vendors were. That was where ICOM was and Yesu was. And if you know the guys in Yesu and their tech support, they were all there. Roger, Endoff, Juan, they were all there. They had some of the new ICOM Yesu radios set up. Ray Novak was at the near end of the building, and he was set up. Here's some MCOM stuff set up here. I always parked in this lot here when they gave me a parking pass. They didn't give it to me this year. They were favoring certain people over others. They gave people Wi-Fi access and didn't give other people Wi-Fi access, which I was a little perturbed about. No, I'm not Josh. I'm not Mike. I'm not Jason. I don't have a channel as big as they do, but man, it would have been nice to have some Wi-Fi access. They had no Wi-Fi, no decent Wi-Fi. Ahead in front of you in the grass, that's all the people, that's where people parked. These 2 rows of vehicles here next to the building, those are vendors, parked their cars there. At the far end, at the top of this shot, that's the handicap parking right there. And this is all parking here that people came here. This is all parking for the vendors and stuff. So it was a lot of, and this was Friday. Remember, this was Friday. This was not everybody. There was a lot more people here on Saturday. So it was a blast. We had fun. I met everybody I wanted to meet. I talked to everybody I wanted to talk to. I even met my good friend from Puerto Rico, Rafael, Kilo 3 Papa Victor, I think his call sign was. Off the top of my head, I'm probably making a mistake with that. I posted a picture of the 2 of us on my Facebook group. But this is where we are. Now, to the left here, let me just freeze this for a second. You see on the left side, the trailers right here. This is all our YouTube guys. We're right here. There's a Airstream trailer. Let me back it up a little bit. Maybe we can see it better. Let's see. Let me see if I can see where it is exactly. Here it is. Okay. So this little grouping right here, this is T.O. is here, and Jason's here, and Mike, Kate, MRD. Although Mike and Josh were staying at a hotel, they didn't camp. But Jason was here. Smart Jason was here. The Poda Babe. I mean the Poda. Poda Power. Vaughn and Julie, they were here. Their trailer is on the side here. And then there was some tents in there, and there was food for everybody. And Jeem brought a bunch of Diet Dr. Peppers, which I can't thank him enough. That's like my go-to. I even have it in the fridge here. I don't drink I drink a little here and there. Like I'll take a Yingling Flight every now and then, but that's about it. I don't drink. I'm not a heavy drinker. And it always does a number on my stomach anyway, so I shouldn't drink it at all. But anyway, so this is where we were. Oh, my video panned along the tent for Tom and Sloan's tent for the SAT demo. Well, that's great. They weren't in the pavilion, Roger? Is that what you're telling me? They weren't in the pavilion? Oh, we got 5 people watching now. Hey, if you're watching, please comment where you're from. I'd love to hear where you're from and get to know you guys. Yeah, and yeah, Roger keeps stressing there were thousands of people there. Thousands of people. So, yeah, so this is where the YouTubers were. So you see where the bathroom is, straight to the left of the bathroom. That's usually where they go. I know my buddy, when he came and camped here, he was to the right of the bathroom. But that's all these, along this road here, these are all vendors. Everybody's selling something. It's a lot of fun. And I talked to Julie and Vaughn, and they said, oh, we were told we're not allowed to fly a drone. I'm like, what? Why would you not be allowed to fly a drone over public property? I don't understand. Well, anyway, look at how many people. This is Friday. Look at how many cars are here already. These are all people coming to this event. It's incredible, the amount of people here. It was like that last year, too. Last year I had more fun because I wasn't basically staying at the campsite. We were all at the same hotel, but man, I didn't have the money for it this year. I just okay. So Roger's saying that where Sloan and Tom did their demo, it was, hey, T.O.'s in the chat. Hey, T.O., I'm going to bring you on, Steve. Hold on. Let me admit you. We got Steve in the chat. All right, so let's switch screens here. I'm done with the video. This is the helicopter landing. So let's switch to Steve. See if we can get him on here. I thought I added you, Steve. Oh, you don't have your video on. Steve, turn your video on. Hey, hold on. I'm not hearing you. That's my fault. Hold on. Go ahead. Talk, Steve.
But now I'm on the right mic.
There you go. How you
There
doing?
we go.
I was just showing
I'm doing
my.
good. How are you doing?
I was just showing my. Why are you not coming up on the screen? I changed the screen here, and I'm not seeing you yet. Hold on, my fault. Don't worry. I'm a baby at this stuff. Let me close this window here. Close this window here.
Well, you like doing it the hard way, though.
Do it. What do you mean? Using
Yeah.
using Zoom?
Yeah.
Why is that the hard way? See, now I have to hide
He says,
myself.
well, he's
though.
got 3 of me on screen.
I'll get that fixed. Hold on. I just got to hide myself. That's better. Now it'll work.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? So, Steve, I saw you on Friday. I was going to come Saturday. I got an attack of gout like you wouldn't believe after walking around all day Friday, and I couldn't do it. I was like wiped out. I was like wiped out.
Are we on 3910 now?
Huh?
Are we on 3910 now?
Are we on 3910? What do you mean?
80 meter frequency?
I don't know.
Talking about your gout?
Oh, APRS you're talking about?
No. 80 meters is where all the old farts go to complain about their medical ailments.
Oh, all
Never
right.
heard
Yeah,
that
then
before?
I'm on 3910. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not up enough on all these slang and stuff to know what that meant. But thank you for explaining it to me. So, yeah. So anyway, I was just showing them an aerial view. I flew around with my drone, got a nice video of everything and the campsite that you guys had all set up. I had a really good time on Friday. It was a lot of fun. I got to see most of the people I wanted to see, and I think the creme de la creme was I got to meet Lou McFadden. And a lot of people don't know who Lou McFadden is. He's the guy that built the power supply for the ISS that runs the 710
cool.
radio. And he's been involved in NASA and Jet Propulsion Laboratory since the Apollo missions. So he's a real pioneer. He was ever since ham radio's been in space, which is now 50 years, he was one of the first people working on that and getting that on there. I also interviewed Frank Bauer from amateur radio on the International Space Station. Jack Bauer, not Jack Bauer, Frank Bauer.
Jack Bauer's from 24,
Jack Bauer's
right?
from 24. Anyway, I had a good time with him. Those videos are coming up over the next couple of days. I already edited them and put them out there. Did you buy anything you were afraid of, or you're going to spend too much money on?
There was a radio that I wanted, but K at MRD said he wanted it, and then he didn't buy it, and so I think the woman went home with it.
Oh,
It's a shame. It was a Yaesu VX3, a little mini 2 meter 70 centimeter HT.
Wow. Well, I've been
Like
watching you guys
pocket-sized.
with Meshtastic, and I totally don't understand it. So Bob, the digital rancher, gave me a real good rundown of what it is and why it's a good idea. So then I went inside and I talked to the guys at Spec 5, and I was intending to interview them on Saturday, but then I ended up not coming because I was hurting. And but they have a nice unit that you mount on a tower, and it's solar powered, and it basically runs up there. I said, "Oh, I got to have one of them." I think they were selling it for 125 or 150 at the event.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, now it's like, and it has an antenna, it has a solar panel, and it has the unit, all self-contained, all built. I don't have to build anything.
Yeah,
And I'm saying, man, I
built
put that
one
on
my
my
channel.
tower.
I want to say it came out to be like 160 or so as a rough
Well, I didn't
remembrance.
buy it because I thought I was going to see them the next day. I probably would have bought it, but on their website it's $275. So I emailed them and I let them know I wanted to talk about it. So I might get them on the podcast one night to demonstrate their stuff and show it off because they have some really nice stuff. And Rob, the digital rancher, I almost bought it. I didn't even know what a Meshtastic was yet. I didn't understand it, but I almost bought it anyway. He had one with a nice little case with a kickstand on it and everything, and they sell that. So I said, I might do a service for the community and put a giant Meshtastic 40 feet in the air on my tower.
Go
That's
for it, yeah.
self-contained. It's such an easy thing to put together. It's not hard at all. And I'm sure with it 40 feet on the tower, I'd still be able to access it with my phone, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Because, what's the range of these things? They're not a lot of wattage, right?
Well, so what you're talking about range there, just to be pedantic, there is Meshtastic, which runs over 900 megahertz. There
Right.
is Wi-Fi, and there is Bluetooth. And for you to connect your phone to it would be over Bluetooth. So Bluetooth is usually 30 feet, but if you've got a clear line of sight from where you're standing up to the top of your tower, you'll be fine.
Right. So I won't need another unit in my house.
Well, the unit that you're going to put on the tower is going to be, they hate to use the word repeater. They changed the word. I can't remember what it is now, but it's going to be a repeater essentially. And then you're not going to be able to carry that with you when you leave your house. So you're going to want to have your own node to carry with you, like on your keychain or something, whenever you leave the house.
Right.
And that way you can still communicate with people. And then that node will see your tower and then be rebroadcast out to the neighborhood. So it's kind of like if you were to run a 2-meter rig at your house,
Right.
on top of your tower, and then you left your house, you wouldn't have any 2-meter rig with you. So that's why you need two.
Yeah, I actually, for a while, I was running a node with an FTM 400 in my house, going to a dual band antenna up outside, and I could access that from my car with my FTM 300 in the car and get into Wires X and all that. Now that's all going astray because we have figured out how to hook up an FCS room to our Wires X room. So you can use any radio with like an open spot and get into our Wires X room now with no problem. Plus, we're putting up new repeaters in the area. So we're basically, from St. Augustine down to Daytona Beach, we're going to have coverage. And west almost to Orlando from here. And I'm on the East Coast. I'm between St. Augustine and Daytona Beach. So, yeah, it should be pretty interesting as we grow. I'm not bad-mouthing him. I just am getting very tired of Yaesu radios. They're not bad. I'm not cursing them out. So yeah, I get frustrated because I'm so into ICOM. It's not even funny. As a matter of fact, I'm crossing my fingers. I got a very good tax return coming to me, and I got a friend of mine just bought that new ICOM radio, the 6710. What's the new one? The
7760 is the brand new one, the big high dollar one.
He just bought one, and he's putting it in his shack. And he has a 7610, and I'm hoping he gives me a good price on it because I want to jump on that. If he sells that to me, I will jump on that radio, and use my 7300 then for POTA, strictly. I'll just use it strictly POTA. But yeah, I would like to have a 7610, even though, they're saying the Yaesus, the 710 and the FTDX 10 and the FTDX 101 that they're all better receives than ICOM. But I think in the testing that they did, the difference is so slight that a regular person like me that's not an engineer, I probably would never notice the difference. And I'm so used to
the big thing is every radio you can buy today has got more features than you'll ever use. So,
right. And I'm so used to the
your
form factor of the
you haven't
icon.
used all of it yet.
Right. Oh, I haven't even tapped out everything in the 7300. I'm still playing with that and learning with that. And I'll continue doing that. My 705 is strictly going to be a Faraday bag storage with a battery, with a solar charger, with a solar panel. In case of the big EMP attack, I'll have a radio that works. And people say, oh, how far are you going to get on 10 watts? I said, well, when everybody else's radio doesn't work and all the Wi-Fi is down and there's no power, I'll have no problem at all.
My farthest contact at 10 watts so far on the 705 specifically is from Montana to France.
Wow. I got from the beach here in St. Augustine, I got to Spain on 10 watts. I've done it. And that shouldn't be a problem because it's just water between me and Spain, because that's all it is the Atlantic. So did you see anything super duper amazing that you want to tell people about? Or was it all pretty much a normal ham fest?
It was pretty much a normal ham fest. I mean, we had a new product that we launched, and we have our antenna kits that were out there from Coffee and Ham Radios. So we brought out a common mode choke, and we brought 20 and we sold 10. So that did pretty well.
Wow.
And we didn't really even have like a good booth in a prime location. We just kind of like last minute decided to operate off the tailgate of the pickup truck and did pretty well.
That's great. I saw you guys there.
Next time.
Do you know I never saw Ziggy? Did he come just on Saturday? Or was he there on Friday?
He came, I want to say Friday morning. Well, Friday afternoon he showed up, and then Friday night there was some smoked chicken on the Traeger at Ziggy's place, and then Saturday we had smoked pork butt on the Traeger. It was pretty good.
Nice, nice. Yeah, he was telling me he was coming, and he really wanted me to be there. I said, I'm looking forward to it. And then about 4 o'clock on Friday is when I took off because I just got, basically was over for the day. And I made it back to my car. I saw my buddy Matt from Long Island. He usually comes on our net on Thursday nights. And he was there, and I saw a bunch of other people. And I got to, the thing that really blew my mind is I got to talk to Lou McFadden, who, to me, he's a legend. I'm such a space geek, it's not even funny. So to meet somebody like that who's been instrumental in so many different space programs just blows my mind. And
Nice.
I talked to him for a while. And the radio that they use on the ISS is the Kenwood 710. And they had one there hooked up to the power supply that he designed. The power supply was so unique, had 4 ports on it. And it was just circular ports, but each port had A through E pins. Well, A and B are grounds, 2 separate grounds. And then the other 3 ports, get this, one was 48 volts, one was 24 volts, and I think one was 12 volts. And depending on the equipment you had a plug to plug into it, and it would only pick the voltage it needed for that piece of equipment. So the plug would have just the correct ground and whatever tap you wanted to get to, C, D, or E. And I thought that was amazing. It makes it so versatile. And the reason he told me they did it was because they have so many different items that they needed a power supply for. And I think the ISS on the American side has a 48 volt power system, and on the Russian side it's like 24 volts or something. So that's why they needed a variety of ports. Really, and to think
And nowhere is it 12, right?
Yeah, 12 isn't 12. 12 is like 13.5 or something like that. But then there was no like standard thing. So that this is all custom built. Oh, now I'm getting text messages. Watch, it's my car insurance. Oh no, it's my buddy Jim sending me something. He can wait. Anyway, so I'm glad you got to go there again. Now where are you now? Where'd you go back to?
I am back in Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. Yeah, you flew there.
Yeah.
And then you were staying with
I did.
Jason? Were you staying with his camper, or were you at a hotel too?
No, we got an Airbnb in town, close to the airport, right in the flight path.
Okay. So you never got any sleep. Planes landed all night.
Right. It actually wasn't bad at all.
You flew into Orlando.
Yeah,
Correct?
I'm thinking about not flying into Orlando anymore.
You know
It's,
those, you take those trams to your
Disney
terminal?
and Cheer. Yep.
Yeah. Those doors that open and close when you come in and out of the trams, my neighbor put all those in. He worked for Stanley Tools, and they installed all that. And as a result, they made him a supervisor. Now he teaches. He teaches other guys how to build that stuff. I remember talking to him on the phone. There's a little control room underneath where the platforms are. And I remember him talking to me from down there when he was installing the stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And he did that whole job. Anyway, I saw the new icon, the new Kenwood Tribander. They had a display there that was it wasn't a real radio. It was just a display model.
750.
But yeah, he said it's probably coming out around Dayton is when they're going to release it.
Yeah. They're having trouble, probably the same thing with Yaesu. They're having trouble with their FCC certification. And I'm like,
Oh,
we're
okay.
hams. We're allowed to experiment.
Right. Yeah, that radio is dual receive, but he didn't say it was full duplex. I often wonder because, I've tried doing satellites with 2 HTs, and the 2 meter side always cancels out the 70 centimeter side because the third what is
Harmonic.
the third harmonic is basically the receive frequency on the 70 centimeter side. So it makes it tough. And I know the 9700 works great that way, but I've yet to see another radio that can do that has it so clean and crisp that you hear yourself coming back. I think the ICOM 7100 or 5100, one of those two does it. But then again, they're only FM. They're not sideband. So
Right.
if you have a linear satellite, they're really, it's not worth the investment just for FM satellites. I've come to the conclusion FM satellites are fun. That's what Rob does all the time with his portable unit, that 2730. He does a great job with that. And actually, Saturday, I was home. I contacted him 3 times, twice on the ISS and once on SO50. I got Rob, and I texted him and said, "Hey, put it in the book. I got you," because he wasn't sure if I heard him. And I said, "No, I heard you." I said, "I heard you loud," because he heard me. And then I went and watched his video of it, and I could hear myself on his radio, which is pretty cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Not live. I didn't do it live. Goldie's making noises again. So, so it was, all in all, it was a very good event. I'm really bummed I didn't get there on Saturday. And my ARRL app on my phone never updated. I had last year's schedule in here, so I didn't think there was anything on satellites on Friday. And sure enough, there was, and I missed it. And I'm so bummed. But anyway, Mr. Andrews here says Sanford Orlando Airport is quicker. Yeah, that's what's so weird. They have an airport in Sanford, which is very close to Orlando, and they call it Sanford Orlando International Airport. It's not Orlando International Airport. So keep that in mind if you ever fly there again. Look for Sanford. Orlando
MCO
Airport.
is where all the Disney people go, and then they have, at the same time as HAMCation, they have cheerleading competition. So it's just packed all the time.
They used to do that competition in Daytona, and man, it was scary. The jailbait on the streets was unbelievable. There was so many women, all in these fancy outfits, dancing around, and then they go on the beach and they're doing those flips and he's making pyramids, and it's amazing to watch. But yeah, and they take it so seriously. That is a serious competition. They are not playing games, and they thoroughly enjoy it. But that used to be in Daytona. I guess they decided to move it to Orlando, to Disney. Maybe they're sponsoring it or something. I don't know. But it is a lot of fun. The weather here now, you'd be glad you went home because it's been in the 80s now the last couple of days. It's actually warm out.
Right.
And it feels great. I took the dog to the park today, and she was even jumping in the water, which she never did before. So she's having a good old time. And I was happy. Did you? I don't know what happened. Last year I went, and they gave me the press credentials. It was the second year last year. This is the third year they gave them to me. Well, somebody told me, you can get a parking pass. So I said, okay. So when they gave me my credentials, I asked for a parking pass because I normally parked in that little grass field right behind the food court, like right across from the main building. And this year they said, oh, you're making demands. I said, what do you mean I'm making demands? You gave it to me last year. What do you mean? And they said, no, you can't park there. You got to park on the other side of the fence. Okay. So I didn't argue. I did it.
Yeah, whatever.
And then they had fast Wi-Fi. They gave Josh the password and everything for the fast Wi-Fi. Didn't give me. I asked for it. They said, no, we're not giving it to everybody. And I was like,
right.
Okay, but what do I got to do? I got to probably get 20,000 subscribers to my channel first, so I can stream live
Everybody
to a couple of thousand. Huh?
I said, everybody subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and like. We got 6 people watching us now. I am so surprised we have so few people tonight. Before you came on, there was like 3 people here. And I was like, that's never happened before. I always get 10, 12, 15 people. And this time, nothing. But anyway. Mr. Andrews is saying MCO is better for international flights. Yes, we figured that out.
Yeah, I'm not flying international. I'm just coming from Arizona.
Right. I'm checking out the chat right now while we're talking. I got a boat anchor. Oh, did he say what kind of boat anchor he got?
He did. No, he got a Mohawk.
Oh, wow. See, now that shows you what I don't know what a Mohawk is. I think that's a haircut.
I'm wondering if he got the 3-dial one or if he got a tombstone or what.
Interesting. Well, I offered to give the link to anybody that wanted to come on with us. So far, nobody's taken me up on it, but you. So I invited Mike, and I invited KO4AFL, and I invited, who else? A bunch of people. I figured anybody wants to come on and just talk about their experience. So you didn't spend a lot of money. I just bought the box for the battery for the Armalock case, and I'm going to buy the battery and everything from him now. I love it so much. It's going to be so good in the Faraday bag that I'm making it a go box out of a Faraday bag. But at least when the blank hits the fan, I'll have a radio that works. That's the most important part. So
right.
And I'm hoping I get a deal on that guy's 7610 because I'd really like to have a 7610 and use this 7300 strictly for POTA. I used to do the 705 for POTA, but then my Zygo amplifier went. I think I told you about that. And I cannot find anybody that can fix it. So
give it to Ziggy. He'll fix it.
I might just give it to Ziggy and say, knock yourself out. Everything works as far as when you tune it, when you switch the bands and all that, but it doesn't amp. You see the signal coming in, but going out is the same wattage. It doesn't amplify. So I'm like, it's got to be a blown transistor or something, you know. And anybody that thinks they know amplifiers and transistors, let me know, and maybe I'll send it to you. It's doing me no good the way it is, so you can't break it worse, you know. And there's nobody that'll fix it. There's no place to send it to get fixed. So
charge Mike extra to put an attenuator in it so he doesn't blow it up again.
Well, how do I blow it up? They say to put 5 watts into it to tune, and then you can knock your wattage down. I used to run like 3 watts out of the 705, and it would come out 70 watts.
You were telling me you were pushing 10 watts into it, and I kept telling you to stop that.
No. I wasn't pushing. I was only to tune it. You key the mic and hold down the button, and it tunes. It won't tune unless you put more wattage into it. So I don't know. Maybe it was me. Who knows? Operator error is not the first time I've done anything like that. So I probably won't be the last. I'll probably screw it up. As opposed to some people, they ask somebody to build them an antenna. So they build them an antenna, and they tell them, hey, it's good for 500 watts. That's it. And they put 1,000 watts in it. And then they go, I don't know, your crap antenna you built for me burnt up.
Your antenna didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work because you were burning the branches off the trees with that wire. You know, it's like you can't do that. Anyway, T.O., thanks for stopping by, man. I hope you're doing well. You had a safe trip back and forth? Everything good?
Oh, yeah. It was crowded on the way home, but it was all right. I survived.
Yeah, well, I've been living alone since 1989, all right? I got divorced in 89. I never remarried. I've had a girlfriend here and there. I never remarried. But one time I went with my brother. When I first started coming to Florida, he started a company called photocycles.com, and we were going to take pictures during Bike Week. So I was the photographer. He didn't really know much about photography, but he knew about running companies. So he starts this company basically because he could never get a decent picture of himself on a motorcycle. People take pictures of the scenery. You know, you got the ocean and then a little tiny speck on the right is you on a motorcycle. So he hated that. He says, I want a picture of me riding my motorcycle. I said, I could do that. So he started this company, and I worked for him in the beginning. And I came down here in 2011, and it's February, and I'm walking around in shorts and a T-shirt going, why don't I live here? I should be living here. I was retired. I had no real ties to New Jersey, except my family, but my mom is basically the closest I'm to. But so I ended up coming down here in 2012, and I fell in love with the area, and I've been living here ever since. But when I was with him, and then his kids would show up, and then his girlfriend showed up, and it was just a cacophony of noise, and I was not used to that. Steve, Liberty Cave is telling you adjust your hat. What's wrong with his hat? His hat's fine.
He's watching the show.
Oh, okay. Oh, he wants to make sure you actually got that message.
Right.
That's what it is. Oh, cute. Anyway, so yeah, I moved down here in 2012, and then I didn't get my license until 2021. April of 21, I got licensed, and in August I got my general. And I've tried for my extra 3 times, but I guess my thick-headed Italian skull is tough to get into, and I haven't passed it yet. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to do it again. I should have done it this past weekend. My Elmer,
definitely.
Jim, and his wife Lisa, they were the ones. They were the VEs for the testing session at HAMCation. So I should have gone to them and done it, but I didn't. Anyway, so what do you got planned next? Where are you going? Where are you off to next, Steve?
So I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of the shows or not, but I've got 2 grandbabies coming, and one's due next week, and then one's due a couple of weeks after that. So we're trying to get up north to see the grandkids, but
which is Wisconsin.
You can't take a camper up north right now because all the campgrounds are closed. So
we're
trying to time it so that we make it up there when the campsite's open.
Ah, nice. Yeah, my mom lives in Madison, and said the weather's been not too bad, but it was snowing today. She told me they were getting snow today. So I hope it dries up fast. We're finally in the 80s down here, and I walk around with a pinch of myself going, I can't believe I live here. It's freaking paradise. I love Florida. And
so what do you do during the summer when it gets hot?
That's why I have a pool and air conditioning.
Right.
I try to explain to people, they say, oh, it's so hot down there. It's actually end of June, July, August, and the first week in September is when it's really oppressive. And I say to them, well, let me ask you a question. Do you go out gallivanting around doing parks on the air and everything in February, March? No, you wait till April and you go. So 2 months you stay in the house, but they're February and March. And down here, 2 months we stay in the house. That's July and August. So it's the same thing, just different weather. And I have a pool. So, and my pool, I'm not happy unless it's 85 to 90 degrees. That's when it's comfortable. But my new puppy's going to learn how to swim this year too, and I'm going to have her in there getting exercise. So it should be a blast. I'm loving it. And my tower is fully functional. I can raise and lower it whenever I want. So when I get that mesh tastic, I'll be able to put it up there very easily. It should be able to get Wi-Fi there too. I have a Reolink camera on that tower that's solar powered that has Wi-Fi, so it should have no problem getting that. And I guess height is, I guess the higher it is, the better, right?
Well, you got to get up over terrain because it's all line of sight.
Well, it's Florida. The
So if
highest
you have
point
it
in
sitting on
Florida is
your
300
desk.
feet.
Yeah, as long as you're above your house.
Yeah, it'll get up there. Yeah, the tower's
Yeah.
50 feet. That's what a Yaesu rotor is at 50 feet. And then it comes down in a pole to a taper. I could put it up by the taper. That'd be 40 feet up. So that should
Nice.
be more than enough. But, man, thanks for stopping by, man. It was good seeing you at HAMCation.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out and putting more videos out. I got most of them already edited. They're just coming out tomorrow and Friday. There'll be 2 more coming out, and I'll probably get something else edited before then. I was just playing the aerial view. Everybody kind of liked that, so that was nice. That's about it. So, yeah, I think we'll just can this baby for now. We've been on for a while. We got 8 people watching now. I can't thank you guys all enough. Make sure you go to the notes on this video and on all my videos for discounts, and you can even buy me a beer if you want on PayPal. So,
Oh, yeah. You want to see Drunk Mike live streaming next week? Make sure you buy him a beer.
No, I'll tell you. You know what I love to drink when I drink? Either a Yingling Flight, because I'm a wuss, or I do Dr. Pepper and Sailor Jerry spiced rum. It tastes just
That sounds
like
good.
I got what is it? It's Dr. Pepper Zero Cherry. And you mix that with Sailor Jerry spiced rum. It just tastes like a cherry Coke. But boy, you drink enough of that and you'll be out like a light in no time. So yeah, don't drink a lot. Remember, drink
Right.
responsibly, everybody. Don't get drunk. Don't drink to get drunk, and don't
Don't
morning
drink like this guy.
Huh?
So don't drink like this guy.
Anyway, Tio, thank you so much for coming. It was great having you.
Definitely.
And we'll do it again soon. And make sure you keep in touch. And I will send you the link whenever I need you on here.
All right. All right.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see ya.
Congratulations on the new grandbabies too. That's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
I know you're going to be in. You're going to forget about ham radio once they're born. You're going to be buying little trinkets and toys for them, and yeah, you're going to.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to be worried about living for a living with grandbabies. That's the next channel, right? All right, man.
Right.
You take care. Nice seeing you, T.O. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you.
73. All right. So there's T.O. Thank him for coming. And you guys got to be there. Liberty Cave says 73. Grandparent is the biggest gig ever. Okay, the best gig ever. All right, cool. I agree with you. So yeah, check the links here. We got Blue Eddy Power. We got EMP Shield. EMP Shield is incredible. I have one on my house, and definitely get it, and you'll enjoy it. And in the meantime, remember what I always say. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. All right? At least not without me. All right, this is KO4 PDI. I'll say 73. I'm clear for now. Meet you on the birds probably tomorrow morning, about 6 o'clock. We got an ISS pass. Look for me. I'll be there. 73, everybody.